Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
There is something going on, Ohio, that they're not talking about. There's something going on. You look at this gigantic room, and there are many more people outside trying to get in. Should we let them in or not? And the problem is we don't have the room to let them in. Thousands of people outside. There is something going on. There's an electricity like people have not seen since a date, 2016 November. A lot of things are going on. Get out and vote. Hello, Ohio. I love Ohio. Remember, I heard it over and over again. You cannot win, right? You cannot win. Everything goes through Ohio. You cannot win without the great state of Ohio. So we won Ohio easily. Easily. We won Ohio together, and we won the whole thing. And I'm thrilled to be in Cleveland, Ohio, where we had a wonderful convention. And I'm with thousands of hardworking, great American patriots. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. This is our final day. 2 stops after this. I did a lot of stops. I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of Make America Great Again hats. I saw a lot of spirit. I saw a lot of spirit like this country hasn't seen. We have, what we've done is the greatest political movement of all time in this country. And it's an incredible time in America. Jobs are soaring. Wages are rising. Poverty is plummeting, and more Americans are working today than ever before in the history of our nation. Look at that. How do we lose that? How do we lose that in a debate? More people are working today than ever before. Somehow, whenever they do pick their far-left candidate, I think we're going to do okay. We have a lot of good sound bites. Our military is stronger than ever. We have a lot of great sound bites. Tomorrow, the people of Ohio are going to elect Mike DeWine and a Republican Congress to keep America's economic boom surging full speed ahead. Mike DeWine, boy, he is fighting. He's great. And I know his opponent, he's a disaster. Look, I'm just like, you know, there are some Democrats, they're fine. This guy, Cordray, is a bad guy, not a good person. He's hurt a lot of people. What he's done to people is a disgrace. And I hope he loses for two reasons. Number one, Mike DeWine he's going to be a great governor. And Cordray, a bad person who will do a terrible job. Okay. System, let's go back. It's true. That's true. He's a bad person. Republicans we actually essentially fired him, so I mean, I know a lot about it. Fired. Republicans have created the best economy in the history of our country and the hottest jobs market ever. Well, look, you take a look. Take a look what's happened. This is the hottest place economically anywhere in the world right now. When I have some wonderful leaders of countries, presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, some dictators, but we don't mention that. The first thing they say to me is, congratulations, Mr. President, you have the hottest economic nation anywhere in the world. Congratulations. And Ohio sees it just about better than anybody, because you see the car companies back, the car companies expanding, other companies are coming back. Remember, they were all leaving. Now they're all coming back, folks. They're all coming back. Just like I said, but I did mislead you in one way, and I apologize. I didn't know we could do it this fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gone very quickly. If I would have said that out on the campaign trail, I would have been greeted with the worst headlines. They would have said, how dare he make those statements? But what we've done in less than 2 years, no president or administration in its first 2 years has done anywhere near what this administration has done. And they know. Everything we have created and achieved is at stake on Election Day. It is. If the radical Democrats take power, they will take a wrecking ball to our economy and to our future. A wrecking ball. When you enter the voting booth on Tuesday, you will be making a simple choice. A vote for Republicans is a vote to continue our extraordinary prosperity, our extraordinary journey together. It's a journey that we made together. Not me, all of us together. A vote for Democrats is a vote to bring this economic boom crashing to a sudden halt. The Democrat agenda is a socialist nightmare for our country. The Republican agenda is the American dream, and that's what we're doing. We're bringing back the American dream. In the last month alone, we added 250,000 jobs. And these are beautiful, brand new, spanking new jobs. In the month of October, we brought back nearly 500,000 people, and we brought them into the workforce, and they are so happy. The unemployment rate is the lowest level in 50 years. You saw on Friday, you saw the numbers were announced. Those numbers were announced. Good timing with all those great economic numbers that came out. Do you think the media wanted to maybe delay them till Wednesday? Would you say they would have been happy? They would have been happy if they could have delayed them. Announced the numbers the day after the election. No, they came out at a good time. Friday numbers, those were phenomenal numbers. You haven't seen numbers like that in a long time, many years. We've created 4.5 million new jobs since Election Day, and we have lifted 4.3 million Americans off of food stamps. African American, Hispanic American, Asian American unemployment have all reached their lowest levels in history. Jobless claims in Ohio have fallen to their lowest level ever recorded. We're bringing the jobs all back. They're coming back. A lot of them are coming back to Ohio. We sort of tell them, hey, how about Ohio? How about going to Ohio? Household income for Ohio families has reached the highest level in the history of your state, and we have put your coal miners and your steel workers back to work. We passed a massive tax cut, massive, for Ohio workers, and we will soon follow it up with another 10% tax cut for the middle class. We got to win the House to do that, by the way. Just put it in your heads. Put it in your heads when you're getting ready to vote. Well, you're voting. Who has already voted? So this is very much a Tuesday state. I found that with mine. I remember they said, well, the people are sort of holding for Tuesday. And did you show up on Tuesday? So, ready? Who is going to vote on Tuesday? Don't forget. Don't forget. You know, the midterm elections used to be like boring, didn't they? Do you even remember what they were? People say midterms, they say, what is that? What is it, right? Now it's like the hottest thing. These guys are making a fortune because of me and you. It's true. It's true. I mean, who ever even heard of midterm? They don't even know what it is. I got a lot of people say, I know what midterm is, but now I'm watching every single minute, and I'm going out to vote. But the key is you have to go out to vote. Because in a sense, I am on the ticket. You got to go out to vote. And you have to protect your rights and your freedoms. We overcame the Democrat smear campaign and confirmed the newest member of the United States Supreme Court, Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The contrast in this election could not be more clear. Democrats produce mobs. Republicans produce jobs. If Brian Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the legendary Maxine Waters gain the majority, they will try to raise your taxes, restore job-killing regulations, shut down your coal mines and your steel mills. That's what's going to happen. Take away your health care. Your health care, you could forget it. You're going to live in a socialist world. And put illegal aliens before American citizens. The people of Ohio are not too happy. Not too happy. I know Ohio well. I don't know if I used to work in Ohio for summers with my father on a job we had, Cincinnati, Ohio. I worked for a couple of summers and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I won't won't tell you, but I used to, I shouldn't say that in Israel, but I, on occasion, would be known to sneak into Kentucky, because I liked Kentucky. I like Kentucky for all the wrong reasons, but I like Kentucky. I liked it. I had a good time in Cincinnati, Ohio. I learned a lot. I learned a lot in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I love Ohio. Maybe that's why we won it by so much, remember? Everything goes through Ohio. I love the people of Ohio. The Democrat platform is a 2018 socialism, open borders edict. Democrats are inviting caravan after caravan, isn't that nice, of illegal aliens to flood into our country and overwhelm your communities. That's what's happened. Have you seen the pictures? And they try and play it down like it's not that many. It's not that many people. You know, you're looking at a bridge with thousands and thousands. Oh, we're building the wall. No, we're building the wall. We've already started. 1.6 billion. We've already started. We've started. We want to do it at one time. Although barbed wire looks like it's going to be very effective too. With soldiers standing in front of it. By the way, how good does our military look? Doesn't it look like? If you want more caravans and more crime, vote Democrat. If you want strong borders and safe communities, vote Republican. Now, I have no idea where they are in this incredible room. I don't know, maybe they're outside. They got stuck outside with a lot of people. But we are thrilled to be joined today by many terrific Ohio Republican members of Congress. Here's a guy I love, because he's a champion. Years, the NCAA champion in wrestling. His record is crazy, like 128 and some crazy record. And you know why? Not because of just the muscle. It's because of this right here. Because of this. This muscle, that's your most important right here. A lot of strong people, but if you don't have this, doesn't matter. Congressman Jim Jordan, where is he? He's a champ. I love him defending me on television. He is a bulldog. He doesn't give a damn. Boom, 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 point after point. Right? He's a champ. Say something.
Love you too. So the president is exactly right. The choice tomorrow could not be more clear. The left has gone completely crazy. They applaud Kaepernick when he disrespects the flag. They cheer on Governor Cuomo when he says America was never that great. And they embrace Maxine Waters when she says go out and harass anyone who supports our president. Contrast that with the record in the 21 months under the president's leadership. Regulations reduced, taxes cut, economy growing at 4%, lowest unemployment in 50 years. Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the court, out of that crazy Iran deal. The embassy's in Jerusalem, the hostages are home from North Korea, and oh, by the way, there's a new NAFTA agreement. That is the choice tomorrow. Go vote Republican tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Jim. Champion. He's a champion, one of the best. He's one of the best. Congressman Bill Johnson. Bill. These are great people. These are great people. They help us so much with so many, including the tax cuts and regulations, and we wouldn't get by without them. It's Ohio. Congressman Bob Gibbs. Bob. Right there. Congressman Warren Davidson. Dave Joyce, where's Dave? Thank you, Dave. Great job. These are great people. And our Republican nominee for Ohio's 16th Congressional District, you know him very well, Anthony Gonzalez. I hear his poll numbers are looking very good. Is that right, fellas? I hear he's looking good. And also a special person, and he was going to make his way up. I said, do this. Don't even think about it. Just keep campaigning, because he's doing fantastic. He's only been there for a short while. Troy Balderson, he's respected by everybody. Troy Balderson. Troy is in there working. I said, just stay there and campaign. Don't take any chances. Troy Balderson, vote for him. If you don't want to be saying the words, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, for the next 2 years, get out and vote for a Republican House, so important. And we're also grateful to be joined by somebody who's really worked hard. His whole life he's worked hard. He gets it. He's a wonderful human being. He's strong. He's tough. He doesn't take no for an answer. He's run, I hear, a really good campaign. Not easy. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. But he is somebody that he gets it. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy, so thrilled. Hopefully your next senator, Jim Renacci.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Listen, it was just 2 years ago that I welcomed here at the Ag Center. It was Mr. Trump at that time. And look at what he's done for Ohio. Look at what he's done for Ohio. Look, the Buckeye State loves you. We love what you're doing. Jobs growing, economy is up, unemployment down, wages are up, and Sherrod Brown's going to be gone tomorrow. Thank you all. We've been fighting. The polls are narrowing. We got a good poll today. Shows we've crossed over and we're winning. Let's make it happen tomorrow. Get out and vote. Thank you.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter, a real fighter. Be a tremendous senator. Now, I don't know, they'll say this is nepotism, but the truth is, she's a very, very, you're not allowed to use the word beautiful anymore when you talk about women. You're not allowed. No, no. It's politically incorrect. No, no. It's politically, I will never call a woman beautiful again. And every man here, raise your hand. You will never ever say your wife, your girlfriend, anybody is beautiful, right? So I'm not allowed to say it. Because it's my daughter Ivanka, but she's really smart, and she's here. Should I bring her up? Come on. Ivanka, come on.
all here fighting for. This president, my father, promised that he would fight to give you all a voice. He promised that he would fight for the forgotten men and women of America. And he is fighting hard. I see it every single day. And the fight is paying off. Wages are rising. Unemployment is at historic low rates across almost every single category. People are coming off the sidelines and back into the economy and realizing the opportunity of the American dream. In October alone, 250,000 people entered the workforce. Incredible. So what tomorrow is all about is keeping that going. This is the golden era of economic opportunity, of prosperity, and of security. And that's what we're all fighting for. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Ohio. We love you.
I never said she was beautiful. But she was smart. I'll tell you what, always like a great student, always a great student. And I remember when she graduated from the Wharton School of Finance, some of her classmates came up and said, I don't know if I like this. They said, Mr. Trump, she doesn't even try and she gets great marks. She gets these great marks. And there's something okay about that too. But she has been a wonderful daughter. I have to tell you, she's been a wonderful, wonderful daughter. And her big thing is creating jobs in our country. She's done it so much. She goes all over. She meets with companies. She's creating 5-6 million workforce where they're training people that have never done this. And I think they're up to almost 6 million people right now being trained by the companies, because the companies can do it better than the government, right? And it's more specific. So she has been incredible. Thank you, Ivanka. Finally, tomorrow, the people of Ohio are going to elect an outstanding new governor and lieutenant governor. They got together. They were smart. That was pretty smart, right? They got together. They went head to head, and then all of a sudden, they got together. How smart. We should see more of that in this country, shouldn't we? Mike DeWine and John Houston. They got together, the two top candidates. They call it a merger. Mike DeWine has spent his entire life fighting for Ohio families. He loves this state. He will keep your jobs going way up. And you know what? I'll work hard either way, but it helps when you have a governor who somebody likes that happens to be president, don't you think? You know? Maybe you take his call instead of not taking his call when they need help for something, and we help a lot. But he's working on your taxes, and always he wants those taxes to go way down, and they will be, because we have so much business coming in. And he will always support our brave military. He loves our veterans, he loves our military, and he loves our law enforcement. Mike's opponent, who was in my administration for a short while, who was, by the way, terrible, is a far-left radical socialist named Richard Cordray, and not a good person. He was handpicked, and he's a disciple of Elizabeth Warren, who I can no longer call Pocahontas because she has no Indian blood. She has no Indian blood. I used to go around saying, I have more Indian blood than you do, and I have none. And I was right. And the only bad thing about that is that I can't really legitimately call her Pocahontas anymore because the press will say I'm misrepresented. Okay. I'll call her Pocahontas anyway. We won't give her. That name is too good to give her. It's too good. But this Cordray guy, literally, she grabbed him and put him there. Spent the last 6 years in Washington crushing people, crushing community banks, destroying small businesses, and destroying jobs. He also, in a big scandal, spent nearly $250 million of federal money to renovate a headquarters agency that the government doesn't even own.
Excuse me.
And more than twice what the entire building was worth. And the escalators or the elevators, I hear, they're the most expensive elevators in the history of the world. Let's put it that way. They're the most expensive elevators. I heard the price. They said that doesn't sound right. Now Cordray wants to bring his socialist job-killing crusade and destroy the state of Ohio. Cordray's anti-worker, and he is anti-worker and he's anti-business, extremism will drive your state into poverty. And we have another one like this in the state of Florida. I don't even know if he's as bad as Cordray. You want to know that, too? He just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. This one does. And he's going to drive your taxes right through the roof. Cordray will destroy Ohio and destroy its miners and its steel workers and everybody else. Mark my words, I hope I don't have to come back because that means a bad thing happened tomorrow. If you want a safe and prosperous future for Ohio, vote for Mike DeWine. Come on up, Mike. Come on up.
President, first of all, thank you for being back in Ohio. I am very grateful for your support. And I'm also very grateful, as we all are, for 82 conservative federal judges that are now on the bench. I'm told that there are 30 more coming that will be confirmed in not too distant future. That is an amazing legacy, Mr. President. This race, I need your help tomorrow. This race is about whether we go back or whether we go forward. Richard Cordray and Ted Strickland took us back. 8 years ago, we'd lost over 400,000 jobs. We've regained those jobs today. We've added 150,000 more. And, Mr. President, statistics that came out last week showed that because of good Republican leadership and your tax cut, Ohio had its best year in growing jobs in 21 years. So, my wife Fran and I, John Husted and Tina, we will continue to work until the polls close at 7:30 tomorrow night. Help us get this victory to keep Ohio growing, to keep Ohio moving. Onward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. He's a good man, I just say. That's a good man who loves you, and he's going to take good care. If Democrats gain power on Tuesday, one of their very first projects will be a socialist takeover of American health care. You know that. That's why the countries that have those plans, whenever somebody that has a couple of bucks in their pocket gets sick, they come to the United States to have the operation or to get better. The Democrat plan would obliterate Medicare and eliminate Medicare Advantage for almost 900,000 Ohio seniors who depend on it. Republicans will protect Medicare for our great seniors who earned it and, by the way, who paid for it. They paid for it. And Republicans will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Always. Democrats' plan to destroy health care also includes raiding Medicare to fund benefits for illegal immigrants. How do you like that, Ohio? Does Ohio like that? I don't think so. We know the people of Ohio too well. As we speak, Democrats are openly encouraging millions of illegal aliens to violate our laws and break into our country, and they want to sign them up for free welfare, free health care, free education, and of course, the right to vote. The right to vote. And it's the right to vote that they like the best. They want them to be able to vote. There is only one way to end this lawless assault on our dignity, our sovereignty, and on our borders, and that's by voting tomorrow Republican. Illegal immigration costs our country more than $100 billion every single year, and that's more than the budget of Ohio, Montana, and Wyoming combined, all places I've been. We have great races in those places. I think you're going to see some very good results. Not only do the Democrats' open border policies drain our treasury, but they endanger every American community and endanger them like you wouldn't believe. Nearly 100% of the heroin coming into the United States enters through the southern border. Along with roughly 90% of cocaine, the majority of meth, and a substantial portion of deadly fentanyl. These drugs kill more than 70,000 Americans a year, destroy hundreds of thousands of lives, and by the way, Ohio knows it better than almost any other state in the union. Last year alone, our brave ICE officers arrested more than 127,000. Think of that. They want to fire them. They don't want ICE. Even Jim Jordan would be afraid of some of these ICE people. Right? Maybe not. He's not a good example, but maybe. But they're tough, and they're strong, and they're patriots, like him, but they're patriots. So listen to this, 127,000 aliens with criminal records were thrown out last year or put in prison by ICE. Who else is going to do that? Who else? Including those charged or convicted of approximately 48,000 assaults, 12,000 sex crimes, and 1,800 homicides. Other than that, they're very nice people. Other than that, they're very fine people. Hey, by the way, you think we're letting that caravan come into this country? You can forget. But the Democrats want to abolish ICE. They want America to be a giant sanctuary city for drug dealers, predators, and bloodthirsty MS-13 killers. Republicans believe America should be a sanctuary for law-abiding law-abiding Americans, not criminal aliens. Republicans will always stand with the heroes of ICE, Border Patrol, and your great law enforcement, and you really do have great law enforcement in this state. Thank you all. Thank you. This election is about safety, and this election is about prosperity. For years you watched as we let foreign countries plunder our wealth, shutter our factories, and steal our jobs like we're babies, like we're little babies. But those days are over, Ohio. Because as everybody is seeing and as everybody is pointing out, even to them back there, America is respected again. America is respected. We've added nearly 500,000 manufacturing jobs since the election. Last month alone, we added another 32,000 manufacturing jobs. 1 month. That's 1,000 new manufacturing jobs every single day. And you remember the previous administration, I'm being nice, the previous administration said manufacturing jobs will never come back to this country. Well, and I used to say, what does he mean by that one? They're never coming back. He said, you need a magic wand. Well, we found the magic wand. I recently announced that we are replacing the horrible NAFTA deal, one of the worst trade deals ever made in the history of the world, with an incredible brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. It's all done. The USMCA is a giant victory for Ohio farmers and factory workers. A giant victory. A giant victory. You're not going to have your companies leaving anymore, firing everybody, moving to Mexico or Canada, sending their product in here tax-free. We end up with empty factories and no jobs. That's not happening anymore. We have taken historic action to bring back American jobs by cracking down on China's very abusive, very unfair trade practices, and we are doing very well, I want to tell you. They want to make a deal, and that could happen. That could happen. You know, we're right now taxing them on $250 billion worth of goods that they're sending to us. They're not happy, but they want to make a deal. Really, it could go much higher. We could add another I guess we could add another, I won't even say it. You know what? It'll be a big story if I say it. Should I say it? Should I say it? I'm not going to say it. If I say it, it's a big story. If we say it, it's a big story. All right, let's put it this way. It's a lot of money left. But you know what? I have a great relationship with President Xi of China, and I think we have a real good chance of working something out that's a great deal for us and works for everybody. And if we don't, I'll be honest, I'm extremely happy with our position, extremely. After years of rebuilding other countries, we are finally rebuilding our country, and we are doing it with American steel and American aluminum. Thanks to our tariffs and taxes and trade policies, which are tough, America's steel mills are roaring back to life. You see it, do you believe it? One of the biggest business stories. They don't like to report it, but these are my reports. I'm reporting it, okay? They're roaring back to life. They were dead. The steel industry was very close to being over the cliff dead. It was hanging on by a thread, by a whisker. And they are coming back. It's one of the really great business stories of the year. Because I stop and I tax the dumping of garbage steel that they're dumping all over our country, putting our steel mills out of business. And we're going to get the iron ore, and the miners are going to get it from, and it's going to come from places like Minnesota, where they have the finest in the world, and it's going to come down into Ohio and so many other places. Because right here in Ohio, Nucor, great company, big, but steel was going the wrong way, has just announced an $85 million upgrade in Marion. Charter Steel announced a new $150 million steel mill in Cuyahoga Heights. JSW Steel. By the way, you know, this is sort of a because you haven't had an announcement like this in 25 years, 30 years. In some cases, it's brand new. They're not even doing the renovation deal. They're doing brand new. JSW Steel is restarting the furnace and investing $500 million in Mingo Junction. And by the way, this is just what's happening to Ohio. This is going on all over the country. And Cleveland Cliffs announced a new $700 million plant going to start right away in Toledo, Ohio. Pretty amazing. Every day it's promises made, promises kept. That's what it is. Promises made, promises kept. You know, I've actually kept more promises than I've made. When did you ever hear that from a politician? Maybe never. Never. Sure. I've done things that were never even talked about in the campaign. Many, many things. We've also taken bold action to reduce the price of prescription drugs. You see what's going on. And Pfizer and Novartis and a lot of the big companies agreed to reduce their prices after I cut. I called them up and they were great. They were great. They reduced their prices. Did you ever hear what president calls a drug company, I'd like you to reduce your prices to too high? You think Hillary would do that? I don't think so. We have just introduced new affordable health care plans that are really incredible, lower price than this horrible Obamacare, which we really have decimated and kept your premiums down by doing it. And we got rid of the individual mandate that costs nearly 60%. You have to see this, the individual mandate. How many people are happy that we cut out the individual mandate? The worst part of Obamacare. And we're working very hard. We're going to be the ones that solve the health care. We have already come close to doing it. We passed Veterans' Choice, giving our veterans the right to see a doctor, a private doctor, right down the road, instead of waiting for 2, 3, 4 weeks, instead of waiting for 2 months. What happened was horrible. And now you see a private doctor. We pay for the cost of that private doctor, and our veterans are taken care of immediately. They don't have to wait online. We've been trying to do that for over 40 years. I thought it was my idea until I went back. I said, I have a great idea. We're going to have private doctors take care of our vets because they can't wait 3, 4, 5 weeks. And my people said, sir, we've been trying to do that for 40 years. I said, you know what? I'm good at getting approvals. Let's go get it. And we got it. Our vets are being taken care of first time. They don't have to wait in line. If they see a wait, they go run down to that doctor. And you know, it's interesting. We save, it's so unimportant compared to taking care of our vets. But secondarily, we save a lot of money. We save a lot of money. Because we have vets that go in and they're not badly ill, it's not a big problem. It takes so long to see a doctor, they end up being terminally ill, and it's a horrible thing. Now they take care of it right away. I love it. We also passed the VA accountability law to ensure anyone who mistreats our veterans can be held accountable. You're fired. Get out. Get out. We secured $716 billion to fully rebuild States military stronger than it's ever been before. And thanks to our $2 billion investment in new armored vehicle workers at the legendary tank plant in Lima, Ohio. Where are they? They're very happy people. Where are they? Yes, they're very happy. Lima, Ohio, are now back on the job, churning out the best tank anywhere in the world. The M1 Abrams tanks are the best anywhere in the world. Best in the world. At my direction, the Pentagon is now working to create the sixth branch of the American Armed Forces called the Space Force. Very important. And I withdrew the United States from the horrible one-sided Iran nuclear deal. We have recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And it wasn't supposed to be built, they thought, for 20 years, but I got it built in 3 months, so we saved $1 billion, okay? It's already up. We took a building already located at one of our sites, which we had for nothing. We renovated it, cost $500,000 or less. And we have a beautiful embassy. It's supposed to cost $1.1 billion. I think it's better, because the location we have is better than the location we had to buy for a fortune, so on. A little thing. Little things. That's called real estate. Right? It's already open. It's already open. Together we have made extraordinary progress, and we are just getting started. This is the greatest political movement in the history of our country, and it's your movement. It's all of us together. It's your movement, not mine. It's your movement. And you got to keep the movement going tomorrow, because if we don't do reasonably well, you know, we're at a disadvantage, because they say that 2 times in many, many, many years, they had positive results, whoever's in the White House, for whatever reason. But nobody in the White House has ever had the greatest economy in the history of our country. Nobody's had that, right? So it should be different. And look at the people in this room and the thousands that are outside that are watching this on screens. You know, this is a happening. Something's going on. I really look forward to seeing it. And there are a couple of honest polls that are showing some very, very good promise tomorrow. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But we have to keep it going. 2 years ago, we shocked the Washington establishment and stunned the world when we defied the pundits and the critics. We rejected them and the failures of the corrupt status quo and elected government that finally we are now doing it. We're putting America first. It's very simple. Putting America first. America first. And every day since, the failed old ruling class have been trying to claw their way back into power. Our political opponents have been on a relentless campaign of obstruction, resisting, demolishing, defaming, and trying to destroy. They're not doing too well. They're not doing too well, and we're not going to let them do too well. These are corrupt people. Tuesday is your chance to send a message to the Democrat mob and to everyone who has made it their mission to denigrate our movement and to divide our great nation. It's not going to happen. Tomorrow, with your votes, you can stop the radical resistance in its tracks. I look forward to seeing what happens, because something is going on. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Something is going on, and they are not happy back there. The media is not happy. They never report this. They don't report these crowds. They don't report this stuff. They never say, they'll say Donald Trump. President Trump was in Ohio today. He made a speech in front of a few thousand people.
Come on.
You know, right? That's what they say. It's the most unbelievable thing. For years you watched as your leaders apologize for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America. We are standing up for your values. We are standing up for the great state of Ohio, and we are proudly standing up for our national anthem. I am asking every citizen from every party and every background and every race, color, and creed to reject the Democrat politics of anger and division and to unite behind our proud and righteous destiny as Americans. The destiny. I need you to get your family, get your friends, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, and go out and vote Republican. Vote for Jim Bernanke, John Husted, and Mike DeWine. Loyal citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country, returning power to where it belongs, with you, the American people. That's what this is all about. This great state was built by tough frontier men and strong pioneer women who braved the wilderness to build a life and a home with their own two hands. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of luxury, but they all had one thing in common. They loved their families, they loved their country, and they loved their God. Religious liberty. These courageous Americans did not shed their blood, sweat, and tears so that we could sit at home while others tried to erase their legacy, tear down our history, and destroy our proud American heritage. From the farm fields of Ohio to the big sky of Montana, from the deserts of Nevada to the Everglades of Florida, from the coal mines of West Virginia to the steel mills of Indiana, and in every city and town all across our land. We are going to work, we are going to fight, and we are going to win, win, win. We will not bend. We will not break. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down. We will never surrender. And we will always fight on to victory. Because we are Americans and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And Ohio, together, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will